Welcome to Value Chain News Update. I am Mimana Bagudu with the news. The Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Mele Kyari, has denied media reports claiming that fuel subsidies have been restored. Kyari's response follows an earlier confirmation by oil marketers that the federal government has restored subsidies for petrol, as reported earlier by Value Chain TV. Reacting to questions from State House reporters at the presidential villa in Abuja, Kyari said the federal government is recovering the full cost of products imported, adding that an understanding as to why the marketers are unable to import has been detected. He also clarified interventions of the government to prevent further rise in pump price. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC) on Monday began Phase 4 of its consultation with stakeholders on regulations development as mandated by Section 216 of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021. The meeting, which was held in Abuja, had in attendance members of Oil Producers Trade Section, the Independent Petroleum Producers Association, chief executive officers of the international oil companies, as well as indigenous operators. The report.
Speaking at the occasion, the Commission Chief Executive of the NUPRC, Mr. Benga Komolafe, said a novel regulation which would see the introduction of high ethical standards in upstream operations was being introduced. Represented by the Executive Commissioner, Economic Regulation and Strategic Planning, Dr. Kelechi Ofuegbu, the NUPRC boss noted that the new phase of public hearings on the making of regulations for the upstream will be divided into two segments. According to him, the first segment would witness discussions on draft upstream commercial operation regulations 2023, which is meant to foster a business environment conducive for petroleum operations, noting that establishing a framework for the economic regulation of commercial operations in upstream oil and gas ventures needs to be prioritized. Adalbi Ogwejofor reporting for Value Chain TV.
The chairman of the Association of Licensed Telecommunications Operators of Nigeria, Alton, Engineer Gbenga Adebayo, has said that the federal government's target of generating revenue through the sales of spectrum is making internet service more expensive in Nigeria. Adebayo said these at a meeting with the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun, in Abuja. He explained that the spectrum needs to be utilized for the purpose of revenue generation, adding that government should see it as an asset to be harnessed for national social, economic, and human development. The World Health Organization (WHO) has said that mental health occupies a critical pillar for human well-being, calling on member states and partners to accelerate efforts regarding mental health in a human rights-based approach. As the world marks World Mental Health Day, a cross-section of Nigerians spoke to Value Chain TV about a day devoted to promoting mental well-being across the globe. Adaobi Ogwejofor completes the report.
10th October each year is a day that has been set aside to mark and celebrate the World Health Day. It is a day that is set aside to sensitize and raise awareness concerning mental health. It is also a day that is set aside to mobilize efforts to help those suffering and struggling with mental health issues. Value Chain came out today to ask Nigerians how much attention they pay to their mental health and if they are even aware of mental health issues as a whole.
World Mental Health Day, like you said, is actually a day that I think should be celebrated across the world. And Nigerians, of course, if you ask me, is a lot of chaos in this country. If you look around, and well, if you take a look at my back as well, I don't know if you can actually see my back. You can see the topsy-turvy situation at my back. Cars, humans struggling, the whole situation at the moment, not easing off the mental health for Nigerians. You can actually start getting into that act of trying to learn to take care of our mental health because number one, we're not even sensitized as to the importance of that. So if we're enough sensitized or sensitized enough, I believe we'll get to know more about how to take care of our mental health. I recently learned to do that. I used to not do that. But recently, when I discovered some medical implications of not doing so, I became conscious of it. So I tried.
Like me now, I'm a BP patient. Yeah, because of the economical situation, job have stopped, you understand? And for a while I lived myself like that, which is very wrong, you understand? But there was a day when there's a free check, and I dictated that my BP is very high. So since that day, every Monday I began to check my BP. I began to take care of myself health-wise.
In Nigeria, we don't really pay attention to our mental health because most of the time, people don't even really know what is mental health, you understand? So we don't pay much attention to mental health, but it's a good thing that we pay attention to our mental health so that we can be behaving normally in the society.
Mostly Nigeria pay attention, but not adequate attention as it were, for obvious reasons. A lot of things have overtaken their mind, preoccupied their mind, so they pay not as much they are supposed to their mental health. I'm one of the Nigerians, if we want to generalize things, so you can see we are all in the bracket. So we are all affected by the same circumstance.
A lot of things you see go wrong, which ordinarily when attention is being paid, you know that things are wrong. Like moving on the road, you see people drive carelessly, people overtake carelessly, people honk ceaselessly without minding, people speed. That is to tell you that their mental health is not balanced. They don't care what happens. Even on high speed, you see people overtaking, at sharp corners, with people overtaking. People are not mentally balanced. You see people write all kinds of defamatory statements or comments, hate comments online. Then it tells me, right deep within me, that something is really wrong with our people mentally.
The theme of this year's World Mental Health Day is mental health is a universal human right, and as seen from our responses, many Nigerians do not exercise this human right. World Health Organization has also said that everyone, wherever they are and whoever they are, has the right to the highest attainable standard of mental health. I am Adal Biogwejofor, reporting for Value Chain TV.
Thanks for watching Value Chain News Update. I am Mimana Bagudu.